we have come out to stand up for those who cannot stand up for themselves. We've come out to stand up for the sanitation workers in the streets and the office workers in the suites. So we appreciate Reverend White and the NAACP. I know some of y'all might wonder why a state legislator is getting involved in a city issue. Well, my constituents, a lot of them are what? City workers. And I'm going to stand with them as opposed to apart from them. And for those who wonder why I'm involved, when the mayor wanted to get involved with the school board, he said that's okay. So I don't mind getting involved in a city issue, and I'm going to stay involved until the end comes with these workers. Now, let me say this. Last January, there was a rally over to the state capitol about what's going on in Wisconsin. And Governor Walker in Wisconsin, and his attack on workers, his attack on pensions, his attack on collective bargaining. But let me tell you this. You ain't got to go to Wisconsin. We got the same struggle right here, right now in Atlanta at City Hall. Get involved. So, Mayor Reed, please don't be Atlanta's Scott Walker. Come on, man. Stand with the workers that stood with you when you got elected. And I feel personally responsible now because I brought the mayor to a lot of labor, to the labor union. And the labor union stood with Mayor Reed early. Please make sure this message gets out. And now, the workers who supported Mayor Reed are being betrayed. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. So I'm here to say to the mayor, to city council, stand with these workers. Stand with these people. The sanitation workers who pick up your garbage. The folk who go down in the sewers. The folk who go out into the parks and cut the grass in this heat. You don't want to do it. So we're very concerned at what's happening to these workers. And by the way, I got to talk about these threats that these workers are getting. Come on, Senator. I mean, this is the home of Dr. Martin Luther King. The home of the Civil Rights Movement. And I know the mainstream media has not until this time reported on these things. About workers being written up for standing up and speaking up. And that's why we're here. For those who feel threatened and intimidated, fear not. There's somebody who's going to stand up for you. And finally, let's be real. Let's talk about what this is really about. Come on, tell it. You know, I believe in show me the money. Show me the money. And this is what this is all about. Wall Street done stole the money out your houses. You know, there are a lot of foreclosures going on. Wall Street done wrung the equity out of your homes. And this is about putting money in the hands of people so they can put it in Wall Street. And I implore the media to speak the truth and to report the truth. Don't be a lapdog to anybody. Stand up. Because this money, this new pension money under the Yolanda Adrian plan would be managed by the mayor, 3 of his appointees, and a couple other folks. Not by the employees and the people that the employees elect on the trustees board. But it's a pathway straight and directly to Wall Street. Do you want your futures in the hands of Wall Street after what we've seen they've done in the last 10 years? I think not.
And this idea was floated, and as I understand it, the administration was aware of it, and some other council people had heard about this idea that employees could contribute more of their money out of their paycheck when they haven't been getting raises and their health insurance is going up, all of that, but they would do that so that they could preserve their benefits. And when people heard the idea, they thought it was crazy because nobody thought that anyone could actually convince somebody to give more of what they have is already less. And so when I heard the idea, I said, you know what? That sounds like a tough thing to ask employees to do. But one thing that I had been hearing in all of the sessions we had, that the employees did not like the plan that was on the table, but they did not give another option on how to solve it. And I thought this was an option. And so what I said was, let me get representatives of employees together just to broach this idea. And I called all the leadership of the unions, as well as all of the leadership of the pension boards, and we sat at the table. First time was a bit contentious because people don't understand the unions have their own little issues with each other. So we had to go through those, and finally in the second meeting, we set those aside because all of them had a common goal, and that was to preserve their benefits. And in that second meeting, we crafted what I'm calling the employee more proposal. And they all came together and said that they would be willing to go to their members and their respective people and ask them if they support this plan. And so far, all I've had is positive response. I went to a meeting that the NAACP had, and Mr. Dawes, I happened to be talking to him on the phone. He said, hey, I'm at the NAACP. I just left the retreat from the city council, and I went to them. And I said, these are the people I want to talk to because these are the people who are on the lower pay rate. These are the people who would be hurt the most by getting less in their paycheck. And if I go there and talk to them, if they can support it, surely this is a proposal that the city council can support, and this is a proposal that the administration should support. And what I told them was this analogy, and I use it over and over again because I think it illustrates what's going on. I have you tied to a chair.
Come on, sister.
I have your feet tied, and I have your hands tied. You can't move. And I have a pair of pliers in my hand. And I'm going to pull 4 of your teeth out of your mouth. Now, you can't stop me. I'm going to pull 4 of your teeth out of your mouth, and it's going to be painful. No anesthesia now. Now, either you tell me which teeth you want pulled, or I'm going to pull the ones I want to. Now, most of the employees looked at me like some of you are looking at me with this blank face, and I said, okay, you're taking too long to tell me, so I'm going to pull 4 teeth out of the front of your mouth, and you're going to be snaggletooth and walking around here looking snaggletooth. But if you were to choose, it's still going to be painful to pull those 4 teeth, but I bet you would pick those 4 molars in the back of your mouth so you can continue to walk around with some dignity and have the pension benefits that you've been working for all of these years.